Kings by myself this time. I'm gonna watch these dudes do some pretty sweet work. You guys have made some serious progress in these, like, been like 48 hours.
I know.
we said, guys, you can take your time, and you said, nah.
No, we're gonna get it out of here, man. We're trying to finish it for you guys. So we already take this one off.
Yeah.
We take the flare off. And then this one was combo complete. So we're trying to get it as close as we can. But we was thinking about the design. We're not trying to say anything bad for who designed this one. But it's way much better next time. If you guys design the flares, it should go all the way right here, all the way to the top. It's easy, so you don't have anything.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's easy, you know?
A little something to suck into the damage, yeah.
To get it fixed, you know what I mean? And then if anything damaged right here, you just have like a flat part right here. It's easy to suction it.
Yep.
And suction it, take it off, put the new one back in. And then the flare is fiberglass, so it should be easy.
Nice.
So, but yeah, but we're gonna fix this one now. Did some work on it yesterday. So he's gonna take the flare and show you what we did, and then finish the body work now.
Sweet.
And then hopefully we get it done today.
Awesome.
As far as body work.
Woo!
So this is the one was damaged, complete crumple.
Oh yeah.
We did some body work. We're trying to, when we do the body work, we're trying to do the best what we can. So we don't have to use Bondo, or we don't have to use like filler. You know what I mean? So if you could look at it, it's very much straight. Just a little more.
Other than the cool zebra like stripes, this thing looks smoother than anything. Honestly, it looks like back to brand new. So
Exactly, that's
without any Bondo, I see what you're saying. So
that's what we're trying to do.
Not diggity, guys. Look at that thing. It's not doing the David Bowie out on the back end no more. It's sitting nice and pretty dang flush. So you're using the yellow tape.
If we spray something and then you want to put the tape, the 3M tape, if you're trying to take the tape off, it will take the new paint. On the 3M, it doesn't do that.
Okay.
And then there is second thing also too, sometimes if you're trying to mask something, like for example, if I want to spray the coat panel, I mask this door, some tape, the cheap ones, when you spray base coat or a clear coat, it will go through inside.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that's no good.
Pay a little bit more, get the right stuff, and you'll be done with it.
You guys, I think, hold on, let's see what time it is here. 12:11. I've been here for like an hour, and
it's easy, man.
Yeah, it's easy. Here we are. We have this pro car back from Kings, man.
Yeah.
It seems just like yesterday.
Yeah, right?
Pretty much.
We dropped this thing off at King's Auto Body and Repair in Huntington Beach. After Long Beach, we had a good amount of damage on this side of the car, particularly our neighbor did some carbon work. King's really finished this thing out nicely. Like, you would never know that this is not an OEM fit and finish on the exterior of the car. You know, the tail of the tape is really on the inside. Right here you can see kind of some of their like the remnants of hammer and dolly work on the backside, where they weren't able to touch up with like the gray Steelix. We haven't supplied that to them yet, but I mean, this thing came out remarkable. We had the quarter panel all fitted on it, but me and Taylor have already like nut and bolted the car. So we pulled a lot of the panels off just to power wash it, nut and bolt the car, get, you know, easy access to everything.
So yeah, Kings pretty much did this in like, it was like a 5-day span.
Yeah, they pulled it in. They were like already looking at it, you know, ready to like pull a panel off. I mean, the following day, you know, they had their own Instagram reel up of like the whole back end of the car off, you know, guy working on it, hammering and dolly and stuff, and sanding away. And then, I mean, in 3 days, they were already painting it.
Yeah.
You know, I think they kept it around just a little bit longer for, you know, their own like content creation purposes. Yeah, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked on it. Got a lot of paper. So Rick at RTS got some O-ring material for the like rebuilding a transmission. Got local newspapers. There we go. This is a new shift rod for the top plate. This is actually just a standard version.
That's,
the tool steel versions are back ordered right now, so kind of a bummer. And then we should have a third gear faceplate.
There it is.
There it is. That's a third gear faceplate right there, my guy.
This has got all of his teepers on there. All right, now Chris, no chunk in this one.
Well, fourth gear got replaced already.
Oh, okay.
Because third gear had a little bit of wear on it. So because this thing spins this direction whenever the motor's running, and this thing will be like kind of still like that. Whenever you go to engage third, if it doesn't hit right, it'll wear on that leading edge right there, and like that's actually a really good one that shows some wear.
Oh yeah.
So you can see right there, that corner is a little like rounded off. It doesn't look like that, which it's fine. There's still like plenty of like material there to engage with.
But good to have a
spare is always
Aki.
always good to have. I don't even know how that happens.
A little abrasion.
Yeah, but it has like a lifted up spot. Like if you like rub your finger across it, it's like raised up. It's enough that whenever something is precise fit and it's supposed to slide over that
to the 1000th.
If it wasn't gonna like damage everything else on the way out, I could totally
bang her out.
Yeah. Or H. Here's what we do. I get an air tool and I just like lift that down.
Yeah.
Down slow, you know. You broke it once. If I make it weaker, he's gonna break it again for sure.
Wait, are you gonna send this one out to get fixed, or send it to Brett maybe and lathe it up?
Yeah, might see if they can't like true this thing up for us.
Taking the axles out?
This one, yeah, because a bolt broke off, and this one right here. So I just kept spinning, and then I like pulled it out, and then look.
You ruining it. Ruining
Where's
it.
the other half of it?
In the axle. Probably hanging out with the balls in there.
Hanging out, you know.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so you see all that?
Yeah, that could be fresh motor things too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is coming out of the motor, going back into the tank, whereas the filter, the K&N filter, is what's going into the motor. So the Oberg like allows you to inspect like kind of what's going on inside the motor. If you didn't have one of these, you know, the K&N filter would do the same thing, but there's just more room for like contaminant, you know, like from the tank, whereas like this is like literally as soon as it comes out of the motor, it goes into here.
Yeah.
You know, so there's nothing else that can be contaminating this other than the motor. So this is the inside with all the particulate. So this would sit in here like this is upside down because this is the top
'cause that
housing.
goes on top, yeah.
So we're gonna spray this from
So
the
that
back
sits
side.
face like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to this trash can right here and spray it from the back. Try and blow all this stuff out of it.
Oh. Nah, man, this is. I'm with Jimmy on this one. I don't really like the smell of this. It actually hurts my head a little.
I feel like it is, but it isn't. Maybe. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
Well, the
getting
towel's
stuff on
grabbing
it.
stuff for sure, but
Yeah, it's mostly like that perimeter where it's rubber and I like can't shoot, you know?
Can you hit it with a little air? Not hard, not all the way, but
Yeah, I mean we will definitely.
you can blow the filter out.
Oh yeah.
That's because it's so fine.
Well, that's why you can reuse it too.
Yeah.
And then if you can get that the booty hole.
Mmm.
It's blowing the like regain smell out of the trash can. You know, like we had all the fenders off and stuff just for like cleaning it and looking everything over. It was just the caster arm that was bent here, so that's like all swapped out. I got another one coming. We put like a brand new arm on.
I wonder if that happened with the Sorensen hit.
Could have. Because you said it was like pretty towed in after that, and then like
Yeah.
Jimmy like adjusted it and was like, I don't know. He said that this was
There was
bent.
one light bump that we had after with what's his name, Myers. Remember chasing
right.
the spun?
Yeah.
But that was a pretty light hit, and it was the same wheel.
But yeah, we pulled that off, put just the new arm on, left like this exactly where it was, threaded it into the new arm, and then checked the wheelbase, and it was like dead on with the other one. So we could have Tanner come by and like double check it. I need to like check the toe because the tie rod is like adjusted all the way in for that. That's the only thing I haven't adjusted on it.
If we replace the arm and it spec'd out, we'll just put the toe on it and call it a day.
So here's the smoked one. Here's the new one. So this piece like rides on it. This is like what actually moves with the rod to like push the forks back and forth. So see how this piece like all the way, no issues. This guy would sit on here this way, but it doesn't even go on.
This one does.
I haven't even checked that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably would go on this one even smoother because this one is like a couple thou thinner in overall diameter. See how this one is like engraved with TS.
Yeah.
So
This is what Rick sent us?
Yeah, I was talking with Brandon about it. And he was like, order the standard one, we'll have it, and then if the because the tool steel ones are back ordered with no ETA.
Got it.
So he was like, order that one. When if we get the tool steel one, if we haven't messed it up, messed this one up, we can pull it out and use it as a spare for high cotters. On this side of it, in the center, there's like a little like indent and then a groove out where I had to like, you know, hit it off and it drug across. And then there's like wear marks where it's not, you know, like wearing. He said it basically.
You could just machine that.
Whenever they get there, I'm just gonna be like, hey, can you like make this slide on this, you know? And he will either reassemble with this and this, or keep it all as spares. We do have a brand new third right here, ready to go. So I can break it back open and put it on there, but Jimmy said it didn't seem to be bad. Yeah, so I mean, other than that, like, things are ready to rip.